Welcome back. This is Larry Stein, Stein on Stuttering. This is our 8th video. This is the 3rd one in a row in our series on stuttering psychology. And this one is on how I retrain my brain and how you can do that too. This is going to surprise you a little bit. So as you know, I stuttered very actively for 50 years. More heavily when I was younger, but then pretty actively through my 30s, 40s, and 50s. And then in my mid-50s, realizing that I had to improve my speech to build my business, I went on this journey. And so here we are. So I'd worked through, I'd established my mechanics, breathe, emphasize, phrase, and you heard that in recent videos. And I made that automatic, which was key. And so I was improving my speech somewhat, not a lot, but it was improving. I was gaining some confidence. And then it hit me that I had to do more than mechanics. That 50 years of stuttering had really messed me up. And that all these years was like paper mache on top of a ball. It just grew and grew and grew every year. Stuttering inclinations, what I call them. The inclination to have destructive thoughts, destructive behaviors, such as avoidance, such as rationalizing why I shouldn't talk, on and on. I had a lot of work to do. And so it was so ingrained in me. These habits, these thoughts were so ingrained, I felt I couldn't just tinker around the edges, that I had to do something so radical to rid myself of this, because I felt, and I think I was right, that this would hold me back from improving my speech even more. And so I came up with the crazy idea one day, why don't I just do the opposite? If I have an inclination, if I have a thought, even if I'm in a conversation, I'm going to stop, I'm going to realize it, and I'm going to flip my hands like that I'm going to do the complete opposite. So if I was avoiding a speaking operation, I would do this, and I would do the complete opposite. I would go toward them. If I was worrying about stuttering and I was all rigid, I felt all rigid, I would do the complete opposite. I have fun talking, laugh, smile, that kind of stuff. If I was defensive, I was asked a question, I was defensive, which is always, I decided I'm going to take the offensive. I'm going to speak to people. I'm going to give them my thoughts. If I was shortening my sentences, which I did a lot, if I was shortening my sentences so I could say the barest amount of words to get out a thought, I would lengthen them. Not quite inappropriately, but I would lengthen them a lot. And I would go into things a little more than maybe I should, but I did that. If I were walking away from conversations, if I feared it, I would say, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy every conversation. If I felt like I was taking and not giving, if I was focused on myself, focused on my stuttering, I'm going to focus on them. I'm going to focus on the other person. Just on and on and on. If I was making excuses for my speech, if I was rationalizing why I was speaking poorly that day, I would say, nope, this is mine. It's my stuttering. It's coming out of my mouth. It's me. Every inclination I had, and there were a lot, I just went through some, there were a lot, I said, I am going to do the complete opposite. And when I have these inclinations, when I have these thoughts that I'm going to avoid or shorten or whatever, I'm going to do the complete opposite. I'm going to nip it in the bud. I'm going to do it right now. And I'm going to keep doing it. And after a while, not the first time, not the second, nor the third, but after a while of doing the opposite all the time, I began to break these habits. I began to break these inclinations. And it was quite a ride, I'll tell you. It was very exciting to me. And I would notice these things like, oh no, another one. And I'm going to just do the opposite. I'm going to keep doing the opposite until I break these things. And that's what happened. That's what happened. I still kind of notice little remnants. Sometimes I'm avoiding. No, I'm going to it. So that's what you have to do. You got to chip away, just piece by piece, chip away at these stuttering inclinations and through this great big thing we've built over our lives of stuttering. And when you do that, it's very exciting. When you do that, you'll notice yourself changing. And you'll be kind of amazed by it. It'll be a little profound even. But you're getting back to who you really are. Without these inclinations, without these veils, without this haze covering you, without hiding behind whatever you're hiding behind. And you're getting back to who you really are and who you really want to be. See you next time. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.